everybody. Welcome back. These are some messy wedding Am I the A-hole posts that got me riled up. All rise for the Honorable Judge Charlotte. You made a decision. What say you? Am I the a-hole for walking out of a wedding I was a part of and ruining the day? I dated my ex-boyfriend John for 4 years and got serious enough where we started planning for our future. Wedding, kids, etc. I thought we were pretty happy, but last year he dumped me pretty suddenly. I tried to figure out what went wrong, but he said it was personal and that I should respect his space.
Now it's personal.
He cheated. I'm just telling you right now, he cheated. I'm letting you know he cheated. Let's see. Come on, let's see if I'm right. I'm being right. During this time, my best friend Stacy and her fiance Tom were my rocks, letting me crash at their place and just being overwhelmingly supportive and loving. When Stacy asked me to be her maid of honor, I thought it was a no-brainer and I happily took to the task. Fast forward to what happened this weekend, the morning of the wedding. Tom asked me to meet him for breakfast super early in the AM before all of the festivities. I thought it was weird, but assumed he maybe wanted me to pass something on to Stacy. What happened instead was that Tom let me know that a few days prior, Stacy admitted to him that she had an affair with John, which is what led to my breakup. I'm sorry, but why do you doubt me? I'm always right. Everything I say is right. Okay, not everything, but this for sure. I knew it. He said that Stacy wanted to come clean to start off their marriage fresh and that he was forgiving her to move forward. Okay. He'd gone back and forth between telling me and finally decided to spill the beans. I guess he had expected me to forgive Stacy too because the affair was so long ago.
We did it last week.
I'm sorry. She asked you to be her maid of honor, knowing full well that her and your boyfriend had an affair? Yeah, no, there's gonna be no forgiving. There's The opposite pretty much happened, and I walked out on the wedding. It ended up causing a huge mess because I was basically running the whole show. Stacy made me do everything, so she didn't even know what was happening at certain times or who to call. Well, isn't that something? Ain't that just a pain? Not only that, but everyone realized that the maid of honor wasn't there. She had headshots and bios of the party on her wedding page, and news of the affair eventually got out because her cousin knew John. Stacy and Tom have both been slandering me online now, saying that I ruined their once-in-a-lifetime moment. No. That's not what happened. Some of their friends are on their side, saying that I should have handled the situation more privately and at least stuck out the wedding since it was so last minute. So you're telling me that this bride is angry at you because she stole your boyfriend and you didn't want to just do her bidding at her wedding?
What a bitch, right?
I personally don't know what Tom expected, but either way, I've been getting bombarded with texts and I heard that Stacy has been so upset she's had to take time off work, which does make me feel like an a-hole, especially since I've just been ignoring her calls. Babes, you're not the a-hole here. You're not the one that cheated. See, this is what happens when actions have consequences, okay? You steal somebody's boyfriend and there will be consequences. And I'm sorry that that ruined your day, but maybe you shouldn't have asked the woman that you stole her boyfriend and cheated on with to be the maid of honor and give her all of these tasks and then tell her that you're the reason that her and her boyfriend broke up right before the wedding. Like, you shouldn't have even asked this woman. What are you doing? Hard not the a-hole on this one. Was walking out of the wedding the day of a nice thing to do? Not particularly, but what on earth did they expect would happen by telling you? Seriously, did everybody just think that it would be okay? Just because they've had time to process and, Tom forgave her doesn't mean that you've had any time to process. And they told you on the wedding day. They knew they were playing with fire. They chose when to tell you this information. Simply walking out because, whoa, Nelly, I bet there were a ton of conflicting emotions was pretty adult. Yeah, the fact that you only walked out and didn't do anything else, honestly, you're a better woman than me, honey. You didn't cause a huge scene, you just removed yourself from the situation, not the a-hole. I would have pretended to forgive her and then give a hell of a maid of honor speech, but I'm petty like that. I mean, that would have for sure ruined the wedding. I'm just saying. You didn't ruin the wedding, they ruined their own wedding by telling you the morning of that this happened. Right as she's about to walk down the aisle, and here is the woman that ruined my previous relationship by cheating on her soon-to-be husband. Mic drop, grab a bottle of bubbles, and walk out. You're not the a-hole, my dear. Don't dare apologize. Am I the a-hole for asking what the hell she expected to happen at her crap show of a bachelorette party? For some reason, my sister and her fiance decided that the very best way to celebrate before getting married was to have a joint bachelorette party at clubs.
What could go wrong?
Okay. They also hired a bus limo for the evening. The aftermath was, thus far, 3 breakups, 4 people dropping out of the wedding party, 1 impending divorce, and 1 arrest. Okay, that's a little unhinged. What the hell happened at this club?
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
The cleaning bill for the limo was more than the original rental fee also. She was crying to our mom at dinner the other day and I snorted. Okay. I tried not to, I honestly did. I was trying my best to just keep my mouth shut. She asked me what was so funny. I said I wasn't sure what she expected to happen getting a group of people drunk, using special stuff, and watching exotic dancers. Well, I mean, like, no. We can also be adults and not ruin our marriages and relationships over that. I actually feel like a joint bachelorette party should be a lot less messy than one that's separate, because at least everybody knows what's going on. But then again, that might have been what led to all the drama. She said that I was an a-hole for judging her and her friends. I said I wasn't judging, just that literally anyone could have seen that outcome. No, not anyone could have seen that outcome. My mom told me to apologize because my sister's having to replace most of her wedding party on the fly.
Sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, I mean, there's a time and a place to have that opinion. And honestly, if you have that opinion, you got to keep that to yourself, okay?
No, I don't think I will.
My mom told me to apologize because I'm glad. I did apologize, but I still think I'm right. Okay, but then you're also not sorry, so. Was there anything other than the overall party plan that made this likely to be a mess? Did they buy a bunch of substances or order sexy workers too? Because there's no actual reason a group of adults can't go to an exotic dance club, get tipsy, and have a nice time and not descend into chaos. That's what I'm saying. Like, why does it have to get to that point? I don't get it. We are all adults, okay? Bachelor and bachelorette parties can cause some drama. They definitely can. But there is no reason to suggest that a bunch of adult people who knew what they were getting into couldn't have gone out and had a nice time without causing this much messiness. And I also think that you should be a little kinder to your sister, okay? She's your sister. She's having to replace all of her friends. The wedding party is just all out of whack now. And it's probably pretty crappy to have that happen right before your wedding, which is supposed to be one of the happiest times of your life. There's no point doubling down and telling her that, oh, you knew better. Oh, you wouldn't have done it that way, blah, blah, blah. There's like, what does that achieve? Doesn't achieve anything. How does that help her? It doesn't. So just shut your mouth and be there for your sister. You're the a-hole. Am I the a-hole for not wanting my polycule parents at my wedding? What's polycule? Polycule? 3 or more people who are connected romantically. Okay. Thought that was polyamorous, but okay. New knowledge, learning that. My parents are in a polycule relationship with a man. I've always been mildly uncomfortable with it just due to a variety of features about the whole thing. For starters, the man is as young as I am. Oh. Okay. And he basically lives in my former room growing up. Ooh, no, bestie, no. I don't say anything about it as it is their life and they can live it as they like. But I'll be completely honest here, all of it sort of discomforts me. Nevertheless, I have my own life and I still love them and I try not to think of that in any capacity. They're happy and that's good for them. Okay, yeah, still kind of weird, but okay. With that background out of the way, I'm getting married soon and I wanted my parents to be there, of course. They were happy for me and it was great. Then my SO and I got to arranging everything for the wedding and we eventually began arranging the seating. I wanted to run my seating plan by my parents as they know some people better, so I emailed it to them and they asked to look it over. They looked it over and they called me and they said that I missed a seat for Dave, a fake name for their significant other. I told them I didn't think Dave would be coming.
Oh, he's coming.
And they said they would all be coming, and I said I'm not sure if that's a good idea. I tried to tiptoe to gently tell them to not bring Dave, and they were insistent, so I was frank with them. I told them I was uncomfortable with Dave coming, and I wanted to share my special day with them and not Dave. I tried to explain why I didn't think it was appropriate. Uh-oh, yeah. Does everybody in your family kind of know about Dave? Or like, is this like a new piece of information? Will you guys be like making out, like the three of you on the dance floor and like twerking on each other?
Ah, the more the merrier.
I don't know, will you? I mean, I definitely think that you should have told them how you felt about Dave before this, but I digress. At this point, things took a turn for the worse. We had a bunch of back and forth, which basically developed into a fight. Eventually, they basically said that they'd much rather not come if they couldn't come as a couple.
That's what she said?
Don't you mean throuple? I, in a moment of anger, then said, great, then don't come, in a passive-aggressive tone. I haven't talked to my parents since then. In a way, I feel like they've changed so much from when I was young. I still love them, and I still wanted them to come, but all of this is just not how I imagined my wedding going. Why is it so important for them to have Dave there? Why is that important? Has this person raised you in any way? Like, do you have a personal relationship with Dave? It's their life to live, but this is my wedding. It's supposed to be about me and my significant other surrounded by people we cherish. Dave and I have no relationship. He's a stranger to me, and respectfully, genuinely, I'm completely fine with that. Okay, so this also is like, I think that that's also a problem, right? The fact that you and Dave don't have a relationship means like, it's not even about the throuple even at this point. If you don't know this person, he shouldn't be at your wedding, period. I want them to come, but if they want to bring Dave, I'd much rather they just don't. I love them, but I don't want Dave there. So, am I the a-hole? Edit, we're not doing a +1 system. This wedding is only for people we love and cherish and their families that we love and cherish. It is a 53-person wedding, so it isn't huge.
Look pretty big to me.
People have also asked me for my gender and age. So I'm 26 male, my fiance is 26 male. Dave is 27 male, my mom is 54, my dad is 55. I mean, point blank, if you're not doing a +1 system, they don't get a +1 for their throuple. I think for them, they're upset that you don't accept their throuple. I think they're being a little selfish. Not everybody has to agree with you. If you're gonna live a life that isn't the norm, by all means, if you're not hurting anybody, go ahead and do it. But you can't expect everybody to understand, and you can't expect everybody to accept your throuple. And also, the fact that he's the same age as your son is weird. I've said how I feel about this before. It is weird to date someone the same age as your children. Not the a-hole. Your parents definitely are, though. If this is the hill they want to die on, then let them. It's your wedding, and they should respect your boundaries. Let them know again, they are welcome to come, but just mom and dad, and not the weird stranger that they. So how do you know the couple, Dave? Oh, I f***ed the groom's parents.
Oh, me too.
Oh, that's so weird. I'm the mother of the groom. Ah! Basta. No more. You're not the a-hole, my dear. Am I the a-hole for ditching my assigned bridesmaid at a wedding for one that is younger and a different race as me? I ended up leaving the wedding early. Okay, that's a loaded title, but all right. One of my good friends from college was getting married, call him Tom, to his wife, Liz, and asked me to be one of his groomsmen. I was honored. I haven't seen him in a while because I live across the country. When I arrived to his city, I was assigned a bridesmaid, call her Kelly. Now, Kelly is a lovely woman. However, I think we were only assigned to each other because we are both black. Oh. Liz starts telling me that we're both single and perfect for each other, but there was nothing to indicate that at all besides us both being black.
Well, that's kind of racist.
Oh, these two look the same. Let's put them together. I should add as well that Liz has a lot more bridesmaids than Tom has groomsmen. The first night, the entire wedding party went out and became clear that Kelly wanted to hook up. I wasn't into her at all, so I kindly turned her down. She then starts interrogating me as to why.
I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
I try to give her a generic answer, but she starts listing off all the reasons why we're so perfect together. I ended up saying that I don't do the whole short-term type thing, and as we both live in completely different states, there is no future here. She ends up cooling off and tells me she respects me more for that, and that I'm a stand-up guy and the type of guy she's looking for. During the rest of the time we're there, one of the other unmatched bridesmaids, call her Jen, starts messaging me privately, and then we hit it off. Interesting. Okay, but is she looking for a relationship? Because didn't you just tell that other woman that you're not interested in hanky-panky?
Well, actually.
The next day, the wedding ceremony goes well. We have a reception, and me and Kelly do our entrance together. We dance together for a bit. After a bit, I go to the bar, and Jen and I start to dance. At this point, Kelly is giving me dirty looks. I just ignore it and continue having a good time. All is going well until I'm at the bar and Kelly and Liz confront me and start saying that me dancing with Jen is inappropriate. Okay, but it's not inappropriate. Just because you're paired up with a bridesmaid or groomsman, that doesn't mean that y'all are like a couple. They start saying she's too young for me and that looks creepy. I'm 32, she's 24, about to turn 25. I'm like, oh, okay, me and Jen are just friends. Liz at this point is angry with me and starts saying Jen is in college, she's doing her master's, and that this is her wedding and she doesn't want to see that. Then Kelly starts saying that I must have a something for white women. At this point, I realize there's no logical argument I can make. I can tell Kelly and Liz that I really enjoyed the wedding, but I need to go to bed early for my flight the next day. I leave and go to my hotel. 50 minutes later, Jen leaves early. 5 minutes later, Jen came up. We both get kicked out of the wedding party chat. I found out from Tom that Kelly was crying her eyes out, and it messed up the night for Liz as well. He told me that he isn't mad at me because he told Liz from the start that Kelly isn't gonna be my type, but instead, Liz really wanted to set Kelly up. At this point, I feel terrible that I made it so Liz wasn't able to enjoy her special night. As for Kelly, I just wish she got no means no.
Hey, Kelly!
Okay, so you did say no to Kelly, but you also gave her a reason that wasn't necessarily the truth. You said you don't do the whole short-term type thing. We both live in completely different states and there's no future here. Is there a future with Jen? I'm curious. Do you guys live in the same state? Are you leaving these things out? Maybe you also felt uncomfortable with the fact that they just picked the two black people, put them together, and expected them to hit it off. Not the a-hole, this is some next level psycho shit. Let's put the black people together. A woman in her mid-20s is too young for a man in his early 30s. You must have a white girl thing. These people need mental help. Respect to you for walking away. I've been calling everyone on their BS. Point being, you just weren't into her. Sometimes, you know, it would be nice if people were honest about why you aren't into someone. Sometimes it's easier to say, I'm just not into you because this, and this, etc., etc. But maybe you just don't like her very much. And that's a hard thing for you to say, right? And they also did not have the right to tell you that you have a thing for white women, okay? It's all about chemistry, baby.
Goddamn right.
Just because there's a black person and another black person, that doesn't mean those black people are going to like each other. And you're not obligated to do that just because you were her assigned groomsman. You're not the a-hole, my dear. Subscribe!